AEW Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing is going to be taking place at Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York. And I'm very excited for that show. I'm very curious to see what AEW does. But Double or Nothing has already surpassed 8,900 tickets distributed as of late March 2026, outpacing the 2025's events, 8,200 total. The show has experienced strong demand with over $100,000 generated from premium packages and standard tickets available for as low as $37 to $50. So the current setup for the show is roughly around 9,000, like almost 10,000 at this point, and the capacity is 14,000. So overall, number one, Double or Nothing is definitely. I'm very excited for Double or Nothing. I'm glad that they're going into the New York market. I can vividly remember when Double or Nothing was always in Las Vegas, and it was so like embarrassing whenever they would go to Las Vegas because the crowd would always be dead. Kind of reminded me of WWE and WrestleMania. Like, you know, this is the second year in a row that WrestleMania is going to be in Las Vegas, and I am not excited whatsoever. But I'm glad that Double or Nothing, a show like Double or Nothing, which is basically one of their biggest shows of the year, is going to be taking place in New York. And look, the show has strong demand. The New York market has always been great to AEW, and I'm so happy that they, they're seeing the success. Now, in terms of All In, so All In, the pre-sale went down for All In, and it's looking pretty good. Now, the capacity is very questionable for me. But I don't think that's going to be the final capacity for Wembley Stadium. I just can't fathom this number being the final capacity for, All In at Wembley Stadium. But for the AEW All In 2026 event at Wembley Stadium, approximately 19,883 tickets were sold during the initial pre-sale and first day of the general sale combined, according to WrestleTix via Facebook. This figure was reached within the first few days of tickets being available, showing strong early demand for the 2026 event. The capacity status, and this is the capacity, this is the amount of tickets that they have on sale right now. The setup is set to be around 37,396 seats. Wembley Stadium holds roughly around well over 80,000, almost, I believe, in the 90,000 range. 37,000 fans in a 90,000 seat stadium is kind of embarrassing to me. If you compare, they sold 20. Look, I'm going to say this right here and right now. AEW selling 20,000 tickets, on the first day of general on sale and pre-sale is great for them. It shows that there's definitely demand for the event. And if you really want to take things into consideration, WrestleMania, as of right now, for WrestleMania Saturday, they distributed roughly around 37,000 tickets. Now think about this. Think about this. This is a struggling WrestleMania. And for night 2 of WrestleMania, they distributed 38,000 tickets. And basically, AEW kind of in a way sold almost half of that in a span of a couple of days, which is great to see. But if you look at previous numbers for previous All-Ins, to take things into consideration, for the 2023 AEW All-In event at Wembley Stadium, over 36,000 tickets were sold during the initial pre-sale on May 2nd, 2023. This was 3 years ago. 36,000 tickets were sold during the initial pre-sale for the event. 36,000 tickets. And that number increased to over 43,000 tickets by the following day, as reported by Forbes and a lot of other publications. By the time general sales opened on May 5th, 2023, the total surpassed 60,000 tickets sold. Take things into consideration, on May 2nd, 2023, there were over 36,000 tickets sold. On May 3rd, the number went up to 43,000 tickets, and on May 5th, which was the general on-sale start, over 60,000 tickets were sold. Obviously, when they were going to return to Wembley Stadium in 2024, there was going to be a significant drop. During the first 4 days of the pre-sale for All In London 2024, AEW sold approximately 33,923 tickets. Those were during the first 4 days of the pre-sale for All In. The pre-sale for the event began on Monday, November 27th, 2023, and led to the general public on sale on Friday, December 1st, 2023. There was heavy promotion for this show, by the way. They sold tickets well into the winter. Under 2 days, they nearly sold 30,000 tickets. The initial count was around 33,000, and from mid-December, by December 15th, 2023, the ticket sales risen to 37,451. So what is my point that I'm trying to get across? There's clearly a decrease in ticket sales. Clearly, the previous All In at Wembley Stadium shows had more demand. They clearly had more demand. And not only that, the setup for the show is roughly up to 37,396, which is a very disappointing capacity number in my opinion. If you're at Wembley Stadium, you want to strive for at least 50,000, which I do believe they will. My opinion, I do think that they will open up more sections as we go further on down the line, and I do believe that they will. I don't think this is going to be the final capacity, but 37,000 is not really a good number, especially for a stadium like Wembley, in my opinion. Now, the fact that they sold almost 20,000 tickets already is great, and it clearly shows that there is some demand, especially in the UK. Every time whenever AEW goes somewhere international like the UK, there's always high demand for the show, and that is great to see. But again, this is Wembley Stadium we're talking about, and you should strive to really, go. You should really strive to really sell the most tickets that you possibly can. Do I think that there's going to be a slight decrease from 2024? Yes, but I do believe that they will still get to that 50,000 mark, at least. 50,000 is fine for me, especially at a show in Wembley Stadium. But for 37,000 to me is not the best capacity number. That's just me. I may be totally wrong. And look, I do believe that they will eventually open up more sections in the future. If the demand is high, by all means, open up more sections. But 37,000 to me, yes, that is an accomplishment, but at the same time, again, it's in Wembley Stadium. You should strive for higher. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the ticket sales for All In at Wembley Stadium.